ఒక్క నిమిషం. ఇవి పాతవైతే పంచ్ అయిపోతే కొట్టండి. Okay, hi guys. So today we'll be doing a session on number systems. If you want to take part in the test, I would definitely recommend you to go to cracku.in/live. The questions will be posted there. I do want to tell you that the time per question we have given is very little. The reason is very simple. I wanted to solve more and more questions. So the time per question is less. We have given for the first question, which is an easy question, 90 seconds. And for the other questions, we give 120 seconds. This I would say is actually less time. It is not a lot of time. But after the time is over, I will explain. So if you're interested in solving or if you're close to solving, you can continue solving. So that is basically what we are looking to do today. I'm doing it on the big screen. On the big screen, I have difficulty in answering the chat because I'm more focused on teaching. But I feel that I'm actually a better teacher on the big screen than the smaller screen. Please like the stream, guys. This is something that I request everyone to do. Because as petty as it may sound, I like to keep the number of likes to the stream high. It motivates me to do more streams. So please like the stream. I want to get to at least 250 likes before the stream ends. And if you want to take part in the test, please go to cracku.in/live. Good evening to everyone. Okay, let us start the session. I'm good, Asher. Good evening, Rokok. Okay. Sir, there is a problem if the cat helped us ask for copy of community certificate. I'm not sure, man. We'll figure it out. Okay, this is the first question, man. The first question is actually on the screen. This is an easy question. Hi, Dayanand. Asher is saying, sir, I need serious help. I do questions too slow, like 5 to 6 minutes. I'm only getting 10 to 15 marks solving 6 questions. When I sit alone calmly, I solve 12 to 13 out of 22 questions, but in 2 hours. Basically, you have to solve more and more questions. That is the first thing. Second thing is you should be able to identify the easy questions. There will be some sitters, and it is very important for you to identify sitters. For you to identify sitters, I would tell you to watch the revision video by Saili. There is one revision playlist on CAT. You have to just search on YouTube, Cracku CAT revision playlist. Search for this keyword on YouTube. You'll get a playlist which contains 4 videos. 2 are on Quant. 1 is LRDI. 1 is verbal. If you want to identify the easy questions, I would definitely recommend you to watch these 2 Quant videos. The total time of this is, I think, around 4 hours. But it will help you quite a lot. Okay, I think time is up. Let us solve this question. This is a fairly simple, straightforward question. Let me see how many people actually got it correct. I hope a lot of people got it correct because this is not a difficult question. Give me 1 minute, guys. Let me first open the live page. If you want to take part in the test, please go to cracku.in/live. Okay, I can't see how many people got it correct on this. Okay. Okay. When the square of the difference of 2 natural numbers is subtracted from the square of the sum of the same 2 numbers and the result is divided by 4, we get. Let us assume that the 2 numbers are A and B. Now, what is the difference between these 2 natural numbers? It is A minus B, and the square of it is A minus B whole square. And what is the sum of the same 2 numbers? The sum of the same 2 numbers is A plus B whole square. So a plus b whole square minus a minus b whole square is the difference in the sum of the squares. This will be a square plus b square plus 2ab, and from that you are subtracting a square plus b square minus 2ab. So a square plus b square gets cancelled and you are left with 2ab plus 2ab, which is 4ab. But what you are told is this difference is again divided by 4. So you divide 4ab by 4, you are essentially getting the product of the two numbers a into b. Now, one thing that I want you to remember, and the reason I gave this question, even though it's a very simple question, is I want you to really remember this formula. It is a very simple formula, but you should know it. The LCM, that is the least common multiple of a number, of two numbers a and b, into the highest common factor, that is the HCF of two numbers a and b, is equal to the product of the two numbers a into b. This is a fairly simple formula, but I want you to remember it. So here a into b is basically the product of the LCM and the HCF, which is option B. Let us now look at the next question. I'll just come back in 1 minute. Okay, sir. ఏం లేదు ఫోన్లో తెలియట్లేదు. Mohit Chobe, anything is possible if you put in sustained effort, man. It will take time. Okay, guys, let us try to answer this question. Here we are told that there is an 8-digit number 5A32465B. This is divisible by 88. Then 2A plus 5B is equal to what? Now, the reason I gave this question was because I wanted to teach the divisibility rule of 11 and of 8. Before we go there, I want to teach the divisibility rule of 2. Divisibility rule of 2 is very simple. If you are given any number, like say 5, 6, 4, 5, whatever, and say the last digit is 6, you only have to look at the last digit. If the last digit is divisible by 2, the whole number is divisible by 2. This is very simple. For 4, for the same number, say 5, 6, 4, 5, 6, you have to look at the last two digits and see if they are divisible by 4. If the last two digits are divisible by 4, the number is divisible by 4. In this particular case, 56 is a multiple of 4. So the whole number 56,456 is divisible by 4. For 8, you have to look at the last three digits. You have to see if this three digits 456 is divisible by 8 or not. In fact, 456 is divisible by 8. 400 is 50 into 8. 56 is 7 into 8. So 456 is 57 into 8. So the entire number is divisible by 8. That is the first thing you need to know. To see if a number is divisible by 8 or not, you have to look at the last three digits. In this particular case, if a number is divisible by 88, it has to be divisible by both 8 as well as by 11. We'll look at the divisibility rule of 11 later, but first it has to be divisible by 8. So the last 3 digits 6, 5, B, this number has to be divisible by 8. That is 650 something has to be divisible by 8. What is the number which is in 650s which is divisible by 8? If you are thinking about it, it will have to be 640 plus 16 because 640 is 80 into 8. Then you get 648 which is 81 into 8, and next you get 656. This is the number which is divisible by 8, and this is the only number in 650s. The next multiple of 8 will be 664. What this implies is that the value of B has to be equal to 6. Only then will this given number be divisible by 8. And what will the number look like then? It will be 5, A, 3, 2, 4, 6, 5, 6. We want this number to be divisible by 11. This number is definitely divisible by 8 because the last 3 digits are divisible by 8. But we want it to be divisible by 11 also. Only then will the whole number be divisible by 88. So for this number to be divisible by 11, we look at the divisibility rule of 11. The divisibility rule of 11 is you look at the sum of digits in even place. Let this be E, and find out the sum of digits in odd place. Let this be equal to O. Then you find the difference between E and O. Now E minus O, the absolute value of it has to be divisible by 11. In most cases it will be equal to 0, but it can be either 0 or 11 or 22 or some number which is a multiple of 11. In this particular case, what is the sum of all the numbers which are in the even places? It is A plus 2 plus 6 plus 6, which is equal to 14 plus A. And what is the sum of all the numbers in the odd places? It is 5 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. This is equal to 17. The difference between both of them has to be a multiple of 11. The difference between both of them will be A plus 14 minus 17, which is equal to A minus 3. A minus 3 has to be either 0 or 11 or 22 or so on. The only possibility is that A has to equal 3 because A has to be a single digit number. Therefore, A is 3 and B is 6. And what are we required to calculate? We are required to calculate 2A plus B. The value of 2A plus B will be 6, 2A plus 5B will be 6 plus 30, which is equal to 36. So the answer for this question is option A. Let me quickly look at the chat and go to the next question. Guys, we have 130 people who are watching the stream on YouTube and hundreds of people are watching it on our site. Please do like the stream, man. Let us get a lot of likes. Siri Chandra Dupaka is saying, will this cover basic questions? This does cover basic questions, and I'll be explaining the concepts also properly. So I think this will be very useful. The whole point of number systems, in my opinion, is to ensure that easy questions, at least everybody should get them correct. That is how I want to teach number systems. What if you subtract odd digit from even? Even then you will get the same answer. Basically, you have to look at the absolute value. If it is minus 3, you have to look at it as 3. In the second question, we got 68 people got it correct and 37 people got it wrong. Okay, shoutouts, Anisha. Okay. The only problem with the shoutouts is some of them are giving the answer in our Cracku website. So I don't know who is giving it here and who is giving it there. Sir, how important is this as compared to other areas? I would say this is not as important, man. Okay, time is up. Let us solve this question. In this question, we are asked to calculate the number of ways in which 1350 can be represented as a product of two natural numbers. Let us look at 1350 and let us do the prime factorization of 1350. That is, let us express 1350 as a product of prime numbers. 1350, for example, is 2 into 5 into 135. 2 into 5 is 10. I'm just expressing this as 135 into 10. This is 2 into 5 into 5 into 27. 135 is 5 into 27. 27 is 3 cube. So this is 2 into 3 cube into 5 square. This is the value or the prime factorization of 1350. Now, in how many ways can this be expressed as a product of two numbers? Note that we were not asked the order of the two numbers. This ordering is not given. What do I mean by ordering? Suppose this question was, in how many ways can we express 1350 as a product, or say it is given that 1350 is the product of two numbers A into B. How many numbers A and B exist? This is different from what is being asked over here. Here, ordering is important. Here, for example, in this particular case, when it is asked that if 1350 is expressed as A into B, how many values of A and B exist? One answer will be 1 into 1350. Another answer will be 1350 into 1. Both of them will count as two separate cases when you are asked A into B and how many values of A and B exist. But if you are just asked as a product of two natural numbers, then both of them will count as the same. Here we will only count one case because no ordering or no naming is given in the question. In the question, there is no talk of A and B or one number greater than the other number. Nothing of that sort is given. So if you are just asked in how many ways can we express 1350 as a product of two numbers, you will only count one case like this. But if both the numbers are distinguished, if you are told that okay, one of the numbers is A, another number is B, how many values can A take? Then you are going to get two cases here. That is one thing I want you to understand as far as ordering is concerned. Why is this important? This is important because calculating the number of cases of ordering is much easier as compared to calculating the cases where there is no ordering. So our strategy is to first calculate the number of cases in ordering and then divide it by 2. Because every case will be taken 2 times. For example, when you are saying that 1350 is expressed as a product of two numbers, let us assume that the two numbers are A into B. Now A will be of the form 2 to the power A1 into 3 to the power B1 into 5 to the power C1. This is A. And B will be 2 to the power A2 into 3 to the power B2 into 5 to the power C2. Now the power of 2 we can equate. The product, the power of 2 will be A1 plus A2. This has to equal 1. And in for 3, the power of 3 will be B1 plus B2. This has to equal the power of 3 in the product, which is equal to 3. And for C, the power of 5 will be C1 plus C2. That has to equal 2 over here. So the number of possibilities for A1 plus A2 is equal to 1 is 2 cases. Either A1 is 1 or A2 is 1. For B1 plus B2 is equal to 3, we will have 4 cases. B1 can take 0, 1, 2 or 3 and B2 will take the remaining. For C1 plus C2 is equal to 2, we will have 3 cases. C1 can be 0, 1 or 2 and C2 will be the remaining. Overall, the total number of possibilities is 2 into 4 into 3, which is 24. If you are told that 1350 is equal to 2, the product of two numbers a into b, how many values can a and b take? The answer will be 24 ways. But here there is no mention of a and b. You are not told that the two numbers are called a and b. You are just asked in how many ways can 1350 be expressed as a product of two numbers. Then you divide this by 2 and the answer will be 12 ways. Why is this happening? Because for every case like this 1350 into 1, when a and b are distinguished, when 1350 into 1 and 1 into 1350 are given, when ordering is there, a can be 1350, b can be 1, this is one case. Another case is a is equal to 1 and b is equal to 1350. So we are counting both of them as two separate cases. But here, when there is no ordering given or there is no mention of the two variables, we'll have to count both of them as only one case. So the number has to be divided by 2. Anyway, the answer for this question will be 12. Let us go to the next question, guys. Let me see how many people got this question correct. Okay, I'll let you know that shortly. This is the next question. Try to solve it. Hi sir, I'm a working professional in IT and I'm not getting time to attend mock during my slotted time due to work. Can you suggest how many mocks should I give? I would recommend you to give at least 3 mocks, man, if that's slot time. If you're not getting that time, I would definitely recommend you to take leave. You can definitely take 2-3 days leave and take one mock in the coming weekend. But you have to take mocks, dude. We have 150 people who are watching the stream live, guys. We have only 107 likes. Please like the stream, man. Sarthak is saying one mock per day is enough or more. Don't take one mock every day, man. I would recommend you to not do it. But again, it is up to you. I know some people who are doing it and it is working out fine for them. I would recommend you to take one mock every 3 days. So basically, with like say 10 days left, I would recommend you to take not more than 3 or at max 4 mocks. Anything more is just, I think, an overkill. Sir, question is not posted live. Okay, just give me 1 minute, man. We'll post it. Yeah, we are posting, man. It is not posted. In the meantime, I wanted to tell you about, you can check the question in the YouTube stream. In Cracku Live, we'll post it shortly. There is one LRDI stream on Saturday. That is the 22nd of November. It will be a 6-hour stream. We'll be discussing both LR as well as DI. So definitely do different question. मैं क्या करूं यार? Okay, man, I know there is another question on cracku.in/live. I don't know why that is happening. We are trying to figure it out, man. Okay, just give us some time. I know people want me to solve questions fast. I just don't understand which one to solve right now. Okay, let me first solve this question. After that, I'll solve the question that is given on this screen. Or we'll just continue with whatever is over here, man. I'm sorry, there is some confusion. We'll figure it out. Let me first solve this. And whatever question is given on the screen will come later on in the session. We'll answer it at that time. How many distinct natural numbers n are there such that amongst all of its divisors greater than 1 and less than n, the largest number divisor is 21 times the smallest divisor? So let us assume that the number is n and we have 1 and we'll have some divisor over here, then another divisor and so on. And the largest divisor for any number will be n itself. Now remember that the first number which is going to be a divisor after 1 will be a prime number. It will be some number p. Why would it be a prime number? Why can't it be a composite number like say 8? It can't be a composite number like 8 because a composite number will have some factor which is other than 1. So if 8 is a factor, 2 will also be a factor and 4 also will be a factor. They will actually come before this number. But if you are saying that after 1, I am looking at the smallest possible divisor, and if that divisor is p, we are saying that p has to be a prime number. P has to be a prime number because if p has some factors, those factors will be less than p and they will also divide n. That is the first thing I want you to remember. Secondly, if you are looking at the largest factor which is less than n, that will be n by p. So now what we are told is that if n by p we are told is equal to 21 times p, or the value of n is equal to 21 into p square. One thing you should immediately note is that 21 is 3 into 7. So 3 is a factor of n and 3 is a prime number. So this p which we are assuming is the lowest factor, smallest factor of n will be either 2 or 3. It cannot be a prime number which is greater than 3. Suppose the prime number is say 5. If you are saying that there is 1 and there is 5, there is no other factor which is between 1 and 5. That will be a contradiction because 3 is a factor of n. So if you are looking at the smallest factors of n, it has to be either 2 or 3. So we will have two cases. In one case, the value of n will be 21 into 2 square, which is 21 into 4, which is 84. In another case, the value of n will be 21 into 3 square, which is 189. So basically in the first case, it will be 1, 2, 3, dot, when n is equal to 84. And we will get 42 here and 84. 42 is 21 times 2. When n is equal to 189, the factors will be 1, 3, 9, maybe I think 7 also will be there, I don't know. Yeah, 1, 3, 7, dot, you will get 63 and you will get 189. Again, 63 is 21 times 3. So these are the two possibilities. Or the answer for this question is option C, which is 2. Just give me 1 minute, man. Yeah, I'll solve both, man. The other question that comes on cracku.in/live will come later on in the YouTube stream. I don't know why it was posted earlier. And I'm just going to go ahead and post the next question on YouTube. Yeah, before I post it, I wanted to tell you about the stream that we are having on Saturday. The stream that we had on this Saturday was about the quant formulas. It went on for around 7.5 hours. It is watched by tens of thousands of students. If you haven't watched it, definitely do check it out. If you have already watched it, definitely do tune in this Saturday, that is 22nd November at 2 p.m. We'll be having a 6-hour marathon on LRDI revision. Try to solve this question, man. Focus on whatever is given on YouTube. There might be some bugs with cracku.in/live. Try to solve it. You have 2 minutes to solve it. Shreyash Agarwal is saying, can you explain why not factors more than 3, for example? So suppose the prime number is okay. Suppose the prime number is say 1, 5, ... and say this is 1 not 5, and the value of n is 525. Suppose this is the case where we are looking for a prime number which is greater than 5, greater than 3, which is 5. What we are essentially saying is that this is basically 21 into 5 square. That is what we discussed, that the value of n is 21 into p square. But 21 already has 3 and 7. So 525 also has a factor 3 and a factor 7. This 3 has to come here. So there is no way the prime factor, which is the smallest prime factor, will be greater than 3, because we know that 3 divides n. So it has to be either 3 or 2, or some prime number which is less than 3, which is only equal to 2. Okay guys, this is an easy question. Many of you got it correct. Santosh, Tanmay, Paras, Chirmiri, Pranjwal, Prajwal, Ashal, Abhishek, Ayam, Anmay, Najish and Shreyansh. A 2-digit number is 7 times the sum of its 2 digits. Let us assume that the 2-digit number is AB. What do I mean by AB? If the value of n is AB, if it is written as AB, what is its value? Its value will be equal to 10A plus B. Now the number that is formed by reversing its digits is, basically what I mean by this is, if suppose the 2-digit number is say 53, we are writing it as 53. The value of 53 is 5 into 10 plus 3. This is 53. Now what we are told is that the number that is formed by reversing its digits is 18 less than the original number. Okay, we'll come to it. Let us first find the equation of this number. A 2-digit number is 7 times the sum of its 2 digits. What is the sum of the digits? Sum of digits is A plus B. So 10A plus B, this is the 2-digit number, is 7 times A plus B, or 10A plus B is equal to 7A plus 7B, or 3A is equal to 6B. or the value of A is equal to 2B. This is one equation that we get about the relationship between the two digits. The second one is that the number that is found by reversing its digits is 18 less than the original number. What is the number that is found by reversing its digits? It is BA. Now, what is the value of BA? It is 10B plus A. This is the number found by reversing its digits. We are told that this is 18 less than the original number. The original number is 10A plus B. So 10A plus B minus 10B plus A is equal to 18, or the value of the number that is 18 less. Okay, so 9A minus 9B is equal to 18, or A minus B is equal to 2. So A minus B is equal to 2, A is equal to 2B. The only value that will satisfy this is A is equal to 4 and B is equal to 2. So the value of the number will be 42, which is option B. Let us look at the next question. Okay, Aman, we are actually doing the LRDA marathon on the smaller screen, not on the bigger one. Yeah, questions are not getting posted on the Cracku site, man. I know there was some mess up, but I think they'll start getting posted after this one. Devesh Vijay, LRDA marathon questions will be from new ones, man. They are not from previous papers. Yeah, Krishna, this question came in the site. So after this, I think it will match. Whatever comes on the screen will come on the site. This is not a very important topic, Pranit. Unfortunately, I don't want to say it because then the people will go away from the stream. But I normally think number systems is not super important, but you can get 1 or 2 questions from it. The point of this stream is that if that question is an easy one, I want you to solve it. Anyway, in this question, we are asked to calculate the HCF of 4 fractions. So the 4 fractions are 9 by 10, 12 by 25, 18 by 35, and 21 by 40. These are the 4 fractions. If you are asked to calculate the HCF of these 4 fractions, the HCF of fractions, if you are looking to calculate, we have to take the HCF, that is the highest common factor of the numerators, and you divide it by the least common multiple, that is the LCM of the denominators. What is the HCF of the numerators? That will be HCF of 9, 12, 18 and 21. What is the LCM of the denominators? The LCM of the denominators is 10, 25, 35 and 40. The highest common factor of these 4 numbers is 3. And the LCM of the remaining numbers, if you're looking at the numbers, is what is 10? It is 2 into 5. What is 25? It is 5 square. What is 35? It is 5 into 7. What is 40? It is 8 into 5. So this is 2 cube into 5. So if you're looking at the LCM, what should be the power of 2 in it? If you're looking at the LCM, it has to be the highest power of 2 in this. The highest power of 2 is 2 cube. So it will be 2 cube into, what is the highest power of 5? The highest power of 5 is 5 square. So 2 cube into 5 square. And what is the highest power of 7? That is 1 into 7. This will be equal to 1400. So that will be the denominator. So the answer will be 3 divided by 1400, which is option D. Let us look at the next question. It is a fraudulent shopkeeper. It is an important topic, man. I want you to know it. I would say these can be cat level, man. I don't know. Some people might feel these are very easy, but I actually think these kind of questions can come in the exam. Yes, Ritik, that should be sufficient. Let us solve this question. In this question, we are told that the HCF of two numbers A and B is 7. Whenever you are given this, that the HCF of two numbers is 7, let us assume that A is equal to 7 times A1 for some number A1. And let B be equal to 7 times B1 for some number B1. Now, 7 is the highest common factor. So, 7 divides both A and B. But there is no other number multiple of 7 which divides A and B. That is why it is called the highest common factor. The importance of that is that A1 and B1 are relatively prime. That is, they don't have any common factors. Why are we saying that? Why can't say A1 and B1 have a common factor like say 2? Why can't A1 and B1 have some number which is common? Then the value of A will be a multiple of 14. A is already a multiple of 7. If A1 is even, it will be a multiple of 14. B also will have a multiple of 14 because B also has 7, and if B1 also has 2 as its factors, 14 will divide B also. So the HCF of A and B will be 14. You don't want that. So you are saying that A1 and B1 are relatively prime. So now what we are saying is A1 plus B1, 7 times A1 plus 7 times B1 is 1540. So A1 plus B1 is 1540 divided by 7, which is equal to 220. Now you want A1 and B1 to be such that they are prime number, they are relatively prime to each other. Now the number of ways in which we can calculate it is given by something called Euler's quotient. We have to calculate the number of numbers which are less than 220 and relatively prime to it. How can we calculate it? The number of numbers which are less than 220 and relatively prime to it is given by Euler's quotient. This can be applied for any number n. What we need to calculate is, we have to calculate all the prime factors of n. Once you calculate all the prime factors of n, if you assume that the prime factors are say p1, p2, p3 and so on, the Euler's quotient of n will be n into 1 minus 1 by p1 into 1 minus 1 by p2 into 1 minus 1 by p3 and so on. That gives the number of numbers which are less than n and relatively prime to it. That is, they don't share any common factors. In this particular case, 220 is equal to 2 square into 5 into 11. So what are the prime factors of 220? The prime factors are 2, 5 and 11. So what is the Euler's quotient of 220? That will be 220 into 1 minus 1 by 2 into 1 minus 1 by 5 into 1 minus 1 by 11. This is 220 into 1 by 2 into 4 by 5 into 10 by 11. This can be cancelled. This will be 2 and the number will be 80. So the number of numbers which are less than 220 and relatively prime to it is 80. That will be the number of solutions for this, because we want A1 and B1 to not have any common factors. So the answer for this question is option A. I would definitely say this is CAT level. If people are finding it very easy, I think they are just very well prepared. Vishal Datta is saying difficulty level of Dashkit 20, I think is CAT level, man. I just took the LRDA section. I didn't do well. So if you're looking for some confidence boost, you can solve it. It was not a very difficult section. I just messed it up. But I like the section. I took the verbal section. I think I did okay. Not great. But LRDA, I did poorly. The seventh question, 45 people got it correct and 44 people got it wrong. This is also a very nice question. Again, I would say this is not a easy question, but again, if people have gotten it correct. Guys, chat पे मत fight करो यार, वो सब take it outside. Be nice and polite in the chat. Okay. So in this question, we are told that there is a 3-digit number PQR which has exactly 3 factors. Whenever you are told that there is a number which has an odd number of factors, it has to be a perfect square. Any number which has an odd number of factors is a perfect square, and vice versa. Any perfect square has an odd number of factors. If a number has an even number of factors, it is not a perfect square. And if a number has odd number of factors, it is definitely a perfect square. Similarly, a perfect square will definitely have odd number of factors. That is one thing I want you to remember. In this particular question, we are told that this number has only 3 factors. So PQR is of the form, the factors if you are calculating, you have 1, which is the factor of every number. You have PQR itself, which is a factor of itself, and you have some prime number. Let us assume that that prime number is P1. So PQR basically is of the form some prime number whole square. What is that prime number? All that we know about PQR is that it is a 3-digit number. So P1 can take some values. P1 can be 11, in which case PQR will be 121. P1 can be 13, in which case PQR will be 169. P1 can be 17, in which case the number is 289, and so on. It can be any such number. There are multiple cases that are possible. What we are now told is we are looking for the number of factors of the 6-digit number PQR. So you have PQR. Now can we express PQR as in terms of PQR itself? So PQR is basically, this is PQR 000 plus PQR. This is PQR into 1000 plus PQR. This is PQR into 1001. That is basically the value of PQR. One other thing I want you to remember is 1001 is a particularly interesting number. 1001 is 7 into 11 into 13. So PQR, which is a prime number, P1 square into 7 into 11 into 13. This is the value of PQR. How many factors does this have? To figure out how many factors this has, there are multiple cases that are possible. Either P1 is 11 or 13, or P1 is not equal to 11 or 13. For example, if P1 is equal to 11, this number will be equal to 7 into 11 cube into 13. How many factors will this have? This will have 7 to the power 1 and 13 to the power 1. So the number of factors of this number can be calculated. It is the product of the exponents plus 1. That is, the number of factors of this number will be 1 plus 1, which is 2, into 3 plus 1, which is 4, into 1 plus 1, which is 2. This is equal to 16. So when P1 is equal to 11, the number of factors is 16. Similarly, when P1 is equal to 13, you can figure it out. It will be exactly the same. The number of factors will again be 16. Now, what will happen when P1 is 17? It can be 17 also. If it is 17 or any other number, PQR will be something of the sort 17 square into 7 into 11 into 13. How many factors does this have? It will be again the exponent plus 1, which is 3, into this is 7 to the power 1, so into 2, into 11 to the power 1, so into 2, 13 to the power 1 into 2. This will be 24. So in this particular case, it will have 24 factors. So the number of factors is either 16 or 24. Even if P1 is equal to 19 or otherwise, the number of factors will remain 24. So what we can confirm is that PQR will either have 16 factors or it will have 24 factors. Let us look at the options. The number of factors is definitely less than 20. This we can't say. The number of factors can be less than 20. It can be 16, but it can also be 24. The number of factors is definitely greater than 20. This also we can't say. We can say that the number of factors can be greater than 20. It can be 24, but it can also be equal to 16. So we can't infer that it is definitely greater than 20. The number of factors is a perfect square. This also we can't infer. It can be 16. It can also be 24. So it can be a perfect square when it is 16 or even otherwise. So the correct answer is none of the 3 statements above is true. Let us go to the next question. Before we go to the next question, many people ask me what they have to do in the last 1 week to CAT. One very important thing I want you to do in the last 1 week to CAT is solve a lot of questions. We have uploaded a lot of questions on our website in the form of PDFs because we know how convenient it is for students to download questions, download PDFs and solve them. To get the PDF, you have to just Google search Cracku CAT Quant questions. Just Google search this if you're looking for quant questions. If you're looking for DILR sets, just Google search Cracku CAT DILR questions. And for verbal, just search Cracku CAT verbal questions. If you get the page will look something like this. I don't know whether it is visible or not. Here you will actually get the different topics. You will have CAT arithmetic questions. You have to download the PDF here. You will have CAT arithmetic questions. You can download the PDF here. You have number systems questions. You can download the PDF here, and so on. All of these different topics: time and work, time speed distance, percentages, mixers, simple and compound interest, profit loss, linear equations, quadratic equations, inequalities, progressions, logarithms, geometry, Venn diagrams, all of them have their PDFs here. If you want this page, just Google search Cracku CAT Quant questions. Let us go to the next one. Sir, in none of the mocks I've got more than 88, but in CAT free mock one I got 122. What can I infer from this? I think maybe you did well in that mock. Maybe that mock is slightly on the easier side. I don't know, man. So, with sir, can you give the reason why a plus b is 220 and the number of coprimes of 220 using tangent is the same? Okay. Now, basically, I'll first explain that. You are told that a plus b. You are told that a plus b is equal to 220, and you know that a and b are relatively prime. That is, a and b have no common factors. If you are able to figure out the number of numbers which are less than 220 and relatively prime to it, any such number will be a solution for this given equation. For example, suppose 13 is one such number. 13 is a number which is relatively prime to 220. If you're looking at the prime number, relative prime numbers, you will have say 3, you won't have 4 or 5 or 6, you will have 7, you will have 9. These are all the numbers. I'm just listing down some numbers which are relatively prime to 220. 9, you won't have 10 or 11 or 12, you will have 13, you won't have 14 or 15 or 16, you will have 17 and so on. So when you're listing down these numbers, how many numbers do you get here? You get 80 numbers. How do you know that you will get 80 numbers? You know that you will get 80 numbers because we use the Euler-Stoichern formula, which says that the number of numbers which are less than 220 and relatively prime to it is 80. You figured it out. So these are all the numbers. You can list them down like this. You will get 80 numbers. You can give a as any value which is like this. Any value in this 80 numbers will be a value for A. For example, in this particular case, this will be 3 and the other one will be 220 minus 3, which is 217. The second one will be 7 and it will be 213. This is the value of A, this is the value of B. If it is 9, you will get 211 and so on. So the number of solutions for this is basically the number of numbers which are less than 220 and relatively prime to it. All of them will be a solution for A plus B, because all of those numbers can take the value of A and the number which is 220 minus it will take the value of B. That is why we are saying that the number of solutions will be equal to 80. In this question, P and Q are positive numbers such that P to the power Q is equal to Q to the power P and Q is equal to 9P. What is the value of P? So we'll just substitute the value of Q to be equal to 9P in this one. So P to the power 9P is equal to 9P to the power P. What is the value of 9P to the power P? This is equal to 9 to the power P into P to the power P. Now you can divide both sides with P to the power P. So P to the power 9P is equal to 9 to the power P into P to the power P. If you bring this P to the power P over here, P to the power 9P divided by P to the power P to the power P is equal to 9 to the power P, or P to the power 8P is equal to 9 to the power P, or if you take 1 to the power 1 by Pth power of it, P to the power 8 is equal to 9, or the value of P is 9 to the power 1 by 8. So the answer for this question is option D, 9 to the power 1 by 8. Again, we got a different question. No, we got the same question, no? Ah, same type but different values. Okay. Okay, I'll tell you guys. Over here, we have changed this question. This is 154 in base B, and this is 451 in base B. Yeah, whatever is given on the Cracku website is the correct one. Please check it. I'll just give you 10 more minutes, maybe like not 10 more minutes, maybe a couple of minutes, because I changed the values. Okay. So this is 154b and this is 451b. Even the other numbers, you'll get a similar answer. But we change the value so that there is uniformity in both the website and here. So what is the value of 154 in base b when you're converting it into decimals? When you're converting it into decimals, this will be 4 plus 5b plus b square. And what is the value of 451b? 451b in base b, this will be 1 plus 5b plus 4b square. If you are factorizing this, 154b is basically b plus 1 into b plus 4. If you are factorizing this, this is 4b square plus 4b plus b plus 1. This is equal to 4b plus 1 into b plus 1. Now we are told that 451 in base b is a multiple of 154 in base b. So b plus 1 into b plus 4 is equal to, into some number k, is equal to b plus 1 into 4b plus 1. Why is that the case? Because this is a factor of this. So the factor into some number k, some natural number k, has to be equal to the multiple. We can cancel b plus 1 on both sides, and the value of k, which is a natural number, will be equal to 4b plus 1 divided by b plus 4. Now 4b plus 1 divided by b plus 4 can be simplified to equal 4b plus 16 minus 15 divided by b plus 4. This is equal to 4 minus 15 by b plus 4. What is the significance of it? The significance of it is that this is the value of k, this is a natural number. This would imply that for k to be a natural number, 15 divided by b plus 4 has to be a natural number. So whatever is the value of b, b plus 4 has to be a factor of 15. If you are looking at the options, the only option which is legitimate is 11, because 11 plus 4 is 15, and then this will be an integer. So the correct answer is option A. Let us look at the next question. ఆగు 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 నేను ఇంకో క్వశ్చన్ స్టార్ట్ చేశా. In this question, we are told that ABC is a 3-digit number in the decimal system. Also, A is greater than 2. So, A is either 3 or 4 or something like this. PQR represents ABC in base 7. So, PQR in base 7 is equal to ABC. Now, what do we know about it? If you convert PQR into decimals, you should get the number ABC. That is, and we are also told that P is equal to R. So, what is the value of this? This will be R plus 7Q plus 7 square P is equal to ABC. This is R plus 7Q plus 49P is equal to ABC, or this is 50P plus 7Q. This is the value of ABC, the number ABC. What we know is that A is greater than 2. So this number ABC is greater than or equal to 300. That is known to us. So what are the values P can take? If this number PQR is given in base 7, each of them has to be less than or equal to 6 because it is given in base 7. And 50P plus 7Q is greater than or equal to 300. Both of them have to be satisfied. We want P, Q and R should be less than 7. And 50P plus 7Q should be greater than or equal to 300. The only way this will happen is if P is equal to 6. If P is equal to 6, R which is equal to P will also equal 6 and the value will be 6Q6. This is represented in base 7. What are the values Q can take? Q can be 0 or 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6. Q also cannot be 7 or more than 7 because it is represented in base 7. Therefore, the number of values Q can take will be equal to 7 values, and for each value you will get a value for ABC. Therefore, the answer is 7. We'll take a small break for a couple of minutes. I'll just have some water and come. I wanted to tell you about the CAT revision playlist. We have recorded complete revision of CAT. We have made 4 videos, 2 in Quant, 1 in verbal and 1 in LRDF. The Quant videos overall, both of them combined, is around 4 hours long and they are watched by more than 5 to 6 lakh people. They cover the entire syllabus of CAT, so that if an easy question comes from say number systems or probability, which many people struggle with, even then the concepts are explained which students should be able to tackle easy questions given from that topic. I would definitely urge you to check out the revision playlist. You have to just search on YouTube Cracku CAT revision playlist and you will be redirected to that playlist.
If you're preparing for CAT, you probably know how hard it is to find the proper syllabus. We've made it simple with the Cracku CAT syllabus PDF. It is a detailed and topic-wise breakdown based on the analysis of all previous CAT papers, so you exactly know what to focus on. And the best part, it's completely free. To download your copy, just go to Google and search Cracku CAT syllabus PDF. It is the best first step for a structured preparation. All the best.
I wanted to tell you about the CAT revision playlist. We have recorded complete revision of CAT. We have made 4 videos, 2 in Quant, 1 in verbal and 1 in LRDF. The Quant videos overall, both of them combined, is around 4 hours long and they are watched by more than 5 to 6. Okay guys, let us look at the next question. Very interesting question. This is Venn diagrams and number systems. Sir, is base system important? In number systems, basically you don't know what kind of questions will be asked. And in number system, you can expect maybe 1 or 2 questions from number system. It is a vast, the portion is vast, so I can't tell you whether it is important or not. Maybe 1 question can come. So should I do logs and certs and indices for the time being? Chinese remainder theorem is important. I don't think it is important, man. I don't think the remainder theorems are very important. Hi Maruti Sir, did you plan anything for verbal, not RC? No man, in VRC I focus mostly on RC. If I'm getting better at RC, I tend to get better at verbal also automatically. So I focus mostly on improving in RC, and for that I read a lot. Yes, Aditya, I think you should do logs and certs. I would say the return on time invested is very good there. It is a very simple concept with not a lot of questions. So if you can get them correct, you can improve there very easily. Here you have been asked to select a positive integer n which is less than 1000, such that it is either a multiple of 4 or a multiple of 6 or an odd multiple of 9. So we want it to be either a multiple of 4 or 6 or an odd multiple of 9. This is what we are looking for. The number of such numbers is. Now notice one thing, okay? A number will be either a multiple of 4 or 6 or it will be odd. It cannot be both. You cannot have an odd number which is a multiple of either 4 or 6. That is the first thing. Now how many odd multiples of 9 are there which are less than 1000? They will start with 9, then 27, then 45, then 63 and so on till 999. How many such numbers are there? 9 is 9 into 1. 27 is 9 into 3. 45 is 9 into 5. And so on. 999 is 9 into 111. So we are looking at 1, 3, 5, 7, dot, 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 111. And how many numbers will this be? This will be 112 divided by 2, which is 56 numbers. Similarly, how many numbers are multiples of either 4 or 6? So here we will calculate the numbers which are multiples of 4. We will calculate the numbers which are multiples of 6. And we will calculate the numbers which are multiples of 4 and 6. The numbers which are multiples of 4 can be calculated. They will be 4, 8, dot, 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 dot till 996. How many such numbers will be there? That will be equal to 996 divided by 4, which is 249. How many numbers are multiples of 6? They will be 6, 12, 18, dot, dot, dot till 996, which is 996 divided by 6, which is equal to 166. How many numbers are multiples of both 4 and 6? For a number to be a multiple of both 4 and 6, it has to be a multiple of 12. So that will be 12, 24, dot, 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 again 996. And how many such numbers will be there? That will be 996 divided by 12, which is 83. So the total number of numbers which are multiples of either 4 or 6 will be 249 plus 166 minus 83, which is equal to 249 minus 83 is 166 plus 166, which is equal to 332. So here we have 332 numbers which are multiples of either 4 or 6, and here we have 56 numbers which are odd multiples of 9. The sum of both of them will be 332 plus 56, which will come to equal 388. Let us look at the next question. One of the things that I would again tell you is, in these last few days to CAT, if you are looking to practice the formulas, that will always be something which is a good use of your time. Download the Cracku formula PDF. You have to just Google search Cracku formula PDF. You will get this kind of a page. Look at the number of people who have downloaded this. The number of people who have downloaded it, I know you can't see it. This is 1,39,114. That is the number of people who have actually downloaded this PDF. Lakhs of people download this PDF. It is a pretty useful PDF. I would definitely recommend you to check it out. You have to just Google search Cracku formula PDF and go to this page. Other thing you can look at is all the study materials that are available on Cracku. you can check it out on one particular page. You can just Google search Cracku CAT study material. You will get the links for the mock tests, the preparation books, daily target, revision videos. This is something which I would give a 5-star. Again, these are watched by lakhs of people, these revision videos. Definitely do check it out. This was the revision video I talked about at the start, where you will have 4 videos, 2 in quant, 1 in LRDI, 1 in verbal. It will help you quite a lot. The verbal video, especially, I look at that video every year before CAT because I'm not super confident about my verbal skills. So when I look at that, Siley explains verbal ability very well, how to leave some options, how to cancel some options, and it really helps me quite a lot to refresh all of it before the examination. That is the reason I would actually highly recommend this CAT revision playlist. You can check all of them out. Just Google search Cracku CAT study material to go to this page. Nandini Gupta, how many questions in total for today? We will be doing after this question one more question and we'll end the stream. We'll do the stream for only around 1.5 hours today because we have a very long stream tomorrow. Tomorrow is a very important stream on arithmetic. This is the most important topic. Definitely do tune in. Arithmetic stream. We have done many such streams, but tomorrow will be probably the last stream on arithmetic. It will be at 7 p.m. tomorrow. So definitely do tune into it. Okay. In this question, we are given a sum 2 to the power 122 plus 4 to the power 62 plus 8 to the power 42 plus 4 to the power 64 plus 2 to the power 130 is divisible by which one of the following integers? That is what we are required to calculate. Now, it is always a good thing to express all of them as powers of 2. The first one will be 2 to the power 122. The second one is 4 to the power 62. So that will be 2 to the power 124 plus 8 to the power 42 is 2 to the power 126 plus 4 to the power 64 is 2 to the power 128 plus 2 to the power 130. This is basically whatever is given here. There are 5 terms. We express all of them as powers of 2. Now you can take 2 to the power 122 common. This will be 1 plus 2 to the power 124 is divided by 2 to the power 122. So that is 2 square plus 2 to the power 126 is divided by 2 to the power 122. So that is 2 to the power 4 plus 2 to the power 128 is divided by 2 to the power 122. So that is 2 to the power 6 plus 2 to the power 130 is divided by 2 to the power 122. So that is 2 to the power 8. This is equal to 2 to the power 122 into 1 plus 4 plus 16 plus 64 plus 256. If you are simplifying it, this will be equal to 320 and this is equal to 21. So this is 2 to the power 122 into 341. What do we know about 341? 341 is 31 into 11. So this is 2 to the power 122 into 31 into 11. So the given sum is a multiple of 31 and 11. 31 is not given, but 11 is given. So this will be the correct answer. Let us look at the next question. Guys, please do like the stream. What about modern maths revision, sir? We'll see, man. We'll see. Do we have a class after 22nd? Yeah, we will be having classes after 22nd, but they are just not planned yet. But we'll definitely take classes on the last week also. Mostly there will be full revision classes. Again, they will be between 7 to 9. But I would say the last long class will be on Saturday, like I mentioned. That is November 22nd, Saturday. This will be a very useful class. It will be at 2 p.m. This will be on LRDI. Guys, please do like the stream. Let us get to at least 200 likes before the stream ends. Okay. What is the unit digit of 743 to the power 85? Minus 525 to the power 37 plus 987 to the power 96. We'll have to just find out the units digit of 3 to the power 85 for this. From that, subtract the units digit of 5 to the power 37 and to that add the units digit of 7 to the power 96. The powers of numbers always have a cyclicity, that is, they keep repeating after a particular number of powers. For example, if you are looking at the powers of 3, initially it will be 3, then 3 square is 9, then 3 cube is 27, the last digit will be 7. 3 to the power 4 is 81, last digit is 1. Then again we are going to get 3 to the power 5 is 243, the last digit is 3, 9, 7, 1 and so on. So the cyclicity is 4. After every 4 times, the power of 3, the unit digit keeps repeating. So 3 to the power 85, 85 is a multiple of 4, that is 84 plus 1. So the unit digit will be equal to 3. For powers of 5, the advantage is that the unit digit is always 5. You will have 5, 5 square is 25, last digit is 5. Then we have 125, last digit is 5. Then we have 625, last digit is 5 and so on. So the power of 5, the last digit will be definitely 5. What about 7? The last digit of powers of 7 also have a cyclicity. First it starts with 7. Then we have 49, the last digit is 9. Then we have 343, the last digit is 3. Then we have 343 into 9 into 7, which is 2401. It is 1. And again the last digit will be 7, 9, 3 and 1. So again this keeps repeating every 4 times. Here we have 96, which is a multiple of 4. 96 is equal to 24 into 4. So the unit digit will be equal to the unit digit of 2401, which is equal to 1. So this is the units digit, which is 3 minus 1 plus 5, 3 minus 5 plus 1, which is 4 minus 5. But how can we subtract 5 from 4? What we have to look at is, we have ignored the initial powers. We are only concentrating on the last digit, and in the last digit we are getting 4 minus 5. Here we can just take a simple carry and make it 14 minus 5 and say that the last digit will be equal to 9, which is option A. For people who are confused, suppose there is a number like this, some 3, 4, dot, 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 and the last digit is 4. From this, if you are subtracting 5, what is the last digit? The last digit will be 9, because from 4 you will make this 14, you will take some carry from here, and 14 minus 5 will be 9. You will get some other number over here, but we are not concerned about it. We are concerned only about the units digit, which will be equal to 9. Okay guys, that is it for today. It was not a very long session, but tomorrow's session will be a good session on arithmetic. Definitely do tune in for it.